Welcome to Truth, Tall Tales, and Whiskey. Tonight we got Mr. Dakota Ritter with us, joined by Chris Cunningham, against my better judgment.
Generally.
Tonight we're gonna talk some shit, talk some music, and we're gonna hear some cool stories. So here we go. You got Ballad of a Broken Woman dropping soon.
I do.
And then you got an album coming in September, correct?
I do. September 1st.
All right, tell us a little bit about that. What were your inspirations behind writing the album? How's that going to go?
Well, as far as the album goes, I haven't put a damn thing out in over 2 years, so that needed to happen. I started writing a bunch of songs that didn't make the cut, and then me and Chris met, so every song from that point on made the cut. So I'm actually very, very, very excited for this record. I'm very happy for it. We've been working on it a very long time. Probably about the past 18 months we've been recording this record, and I've learned patience this year. As an artist, I don't know patience. I never have in the past. I'm like, I recorded it, let's drop that shit. And no, I've had to sit on it and be quiet and really make sure it's perfect and do the right ways and the right channels. So September 1st, the new album's called Cocaine, Cabernet, and a Rose Tattoo. It's going to be dropping. You can actually go pre-order it now. The pre-order went live today. And we have a new goal we're actually trying to hit.
What is the date today?
Today is
Monday, April the 3rd.
Yeah, April the 3rd. So you can officially pre-order the record. It'll come live September 1st. The cool part is if you go pre-order the record, it's $4.99 pre-order. And that's basically the price of 4 songs to get all 9. And so if you pre-order it, you'll get all 4 songs, all 4 singles instantly the day that they drop, not immediately as you buy the record. And that'll really help us out because we're looking for sales versus streams this year because we're trying to chart on the iTunes charts and the Billboard charts, and we need all the sales that we can get. So pre-order that record. But first single off that record is going to be a title called Ballad of a Broken Woman. And, man, that's just about the women out there that kept finding the wrong man every single time, ignoring all the red flags, even though their girls over mimosas on a Sunday said, leave that motherfucker alone. And they wouldn't leave him alone. So I'm really excited about that song. We just recorded a music video for it. And it's going to be dropping the same day as the song on April 14th. So 11 days or some shit like that. So go pre-save that and be on the lookout for that.
All right, so you said September 1st for the album drop?
Yep, September 1st.
That is my motherfucking birthday. Let's have a party.
Fuck yeah.
Wait, your birthday party?
I didn't know
your
that.
Your birthday is on
September
the
1st.
opening day of dove season?
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
Wait, I'm dropping a record on the fucking opening day of dove season? Fuck.
Yeah. No, it's okay because like everybody's like sitting there with their tailgates down and the doors open listening to the music. They'd be like, oh shit, that motherfucker over there, he done dropped a new shit today.
Absolutely.
Let's go listen to it. Let's go
Just bring
shit in our
earbuds.
ears.
You don't disrupt the deer, I guess.
Deer, what the?
Dove.
bro.
Shit,
God
you're right.
damn.
No, fuck it. Yeah.
Disrupt the deer.
I was thinking deer in my head when I was like, what? That's supposed to be like fucking November.
No,
or some
that's
shit.
prison time.
So should we start planning a party now?
Yeah, I think that'd be dope.
Make it on somebody's place where I can go shoot dove. I don't really
A
care what y'all are
fucking
doing,
full ass album party, 9/1, and Corey's part of it for his birthday. Combo party.
Hey, last year, Chris Young at Sweetwater Grill, shout out Sweetwater Grill and Chris Young. Yeah. They let me host my birthday party up there. And it was a good
That's
damn
a dangerous man.
What if we get y'all out there
Yo, that'd be dope.
for an album drop party?
Is there 600 yards between the back of the bar and the house behind it?
We can't dove hunt at Sweetwater Grill. I don't know. We might. Chris,
Yeah.
Chris, whenever you watch this, get in the comments and let us know.
Yeah, for real. We need to at least, call it a skeet shoot or something.
Corey. We won't mention that.
There goes Josh talking about some shit we're going to have to cut out.
So Dakota, I've heard of borrowing sugar. Apparently you borrowed somebody's bathtub for this video. Can we talk about where you filmed the video and what was your inspiration for this first single you're dropping?
Yeah, so we filmed the video in a few different spots. So shout out to some good friends of mine. Actually, quite a few, but Rob and Kim Ochoa, they live on the backside of Forney going to Terrell Crandall area. And initially we had an idea for a hotel. We were going to use a hotel because it says in the song, she lays down in a hotel bathtub. But we kind of changed the idea last minute. We wanted a more of an authentic relationship vibe for this, for visually showing the song. So we changed locations. We went to this house, and she just happened to have this giant garden tub that would just like freaking work perfectly for it. And we put a little sugar on the side to snort and just let people know, we mean business right now.
Yeah,
So,
in the song it says, down some whiskey and some Coke. But it doesn't say a whiskey and Coke, so like we wanted to really make sure that distinction was there.
we ain't talking about no whiskey and Coke.
She was drinking whiskey and not drinking Coke.
So that's how that came about for that scene. And shout out to some other people. We had my boy Tony Long outside Forney owns a new bar called Lucky's Bar and Grill, I think is what it is, and or Lucky's Sports Bar. Is that what it is?
No, it's Lucky's Bar and Grill.
Okay.
Yeah.
And shout out to him for his new bar, and he let us use that for our nighttime shooting and our bar shots. And shout out to King's Liquor in Terrell. They let us use that liquor store. That was a dope ass dude. He was like, "Fuck it, we're closing."
And the cool thing, you need to make sure you include this. Like, we went in there to talk to this guy. We told him we were shooting a music video, and pretty instantaneously, he was like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." So as we're doing this, like, I'm looking behind the counter, and homeboy's got a whole ass piano back there. Like,
yeah, he's a musician,
like an electric keyboard, and then up on the wall, he's got a guitar hanging up there. And so, like, after that, while he was, so we did all the shooting on this ourselves. Like, anytime you see Dakota on the screen, I was the one recording it. Anytime, we did this ourselves. So, like, I know he's super proud of it, and I'm super proud of what we were able to do too. There was a couple times where I thought he was gonna fly off the hood of his truck when he was riding with it.
Yeah, that's funny. I was on the hood of my fucking truck down this sketchy ass back road, by the way, bro. And we're filming the Challenger scene going around the bend. It's not in the video, but we were shooting it, and I'm like, I need a good fucking angle, so I'm on the hood of my truck.
Yeah, he was trying to.
And he fucking broke right around the curve, and I thought I was gonna fucking fly off and die.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
It would have been
death to record this fucking video.
Fucking death ever.
But yeah, no, we actually got turned down for 4 liquor stores.
Yeah,
really?
4 liquor stores.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. So we went in to one liquor store, and they're like, "No, we got to call the owner," kind of thing. And Chris went to talk to him. So the next one, we're like, "All right, let's send Steph in," because Stephanie's in the lead in the video, and she went in and she got turned down. So then we went to another one, and I don't think we both went in, but you were doing the talking, and they needed permission. So I was like, "Fuck it," we went to this other one.
We got.
And I was like, "I'm gonna take care of this motherfucker."
Just tell you
So I
can
walked
do that with all these liquor brands.
So we went to the
Yes,
fourth one. And I
ma'am,
walked
bye.
in. I was like, "Hey, look, dog, we're recording a music video. Supporting me. I need a liquor store scene. Do you mind? I'm gonna buy a bottle. We do some shooting in here." He's like, "Fuck, I don't really give a shit. We're going out of business anyways."
That's exactly how that went down too. I
A whole new
I
meaning
didn't know
to
if he was
shut
going to
that
say
shit
it or
down.
not.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm not saying.
I couldn't even tag him on Facebook because the page not available anymore.
He went out of business for real.
They shut that shit down.
He grabbed his guitar and went home. Fucking literally, man.
All right. So y'all got the album coming out September 1st. Cocaine, Cabernet, and a Rose Tattoo. What is the story behind the name of that album? And how upset was Chris when you did not call it Space Bear?
Fucking very.
He started a whole promo deal over that and everything. And he
okay,
honestly,
okay, hold
he
on.
kind
Are you
of
going to
kicked
tell
off.
him or am I?
Before I even
gonna
explain
tell
why
him or
we
am
wrote
I?
it, before I'm going to talk, and then we'll let you cut in.
No,
So, here we
I
go.
want it to come from you. It's,
Okay,
it's
hold
much,
on.
much more gratifying when it comes from you.
Well,
Space Bear.
I'm going to tell you how I named it in a minute, but we'll do it from the beginning. So the album was done. It had been recorded. It wasn't mixed yet, but we're sitting there and we're like, okay, this is going to be our mixing date. Chad will probably have it mastered by this day. Okay, cool. I need a fucking name, right? So we're going to South Texas, and we're playing in Kerrville, and we're on the way down, and we're talking about it. And I was like, we need a fucking name. And and I just nothing was coming up there. So Chris just started naming some random shit. And at first he was like, I'm just gonna name any fucking sign that I see on the side of the road. He's like, I don't even remember half the names that came out of this motherfucker, but
It was like towns and wineries and all kinds
of
weird,
stupid shit.
Just random hill country shit. Like we'd pass a high fence ranch and I'd name him. I'd read the name of the ranch. He'd be like, no. Like all serious. I'm like, God, I fucking hate you so much.
Yeah, straight up. And it just went on for like 2 hours, guys. I don't understand. So then one night after the show, Chris and he brings out this magical little chocolate bar, and we start taking this chocolate bar, and then he looks. I got this giant tattoo on my shoulder of a bear, and then underneath it is space.
Show it.
Okay, so here's the tattoo, and it's space and then a bear, and Chris goes, "Fuck it, we're gonna name it Space Bear." And in that moment, I was like, "That's it." So I drew up the album cover
there was
that night.
Large amounts of chocolate involved.
A lot of chocolates in us, and I drew up Space Bear, the cover. I sent it to him after we got back home, and he said, "I don't give a fuck what you do. That's the album cover, and I'm tweeting it right now, so you can't turn back."
Fucking, I was still on the phone.
I mean,
when
he
sent
was
that
on
shit.
I didn't have a choice.
He was still talking,
won't
and
change
I'm
your
already
mind.
posting it. Like,
Cocaine Bear was taken.
and then Corey O'Grady got a hold of it. And he started sharing it, and I think it was seen like fucking 3,000 times or 4,000 times. Or something
Dude,
like
I
that.
remember seeing it. I totally remember seeing it.
I fully supported that movement at the time, and now that I've actually seen the tattoo, I am 100% on Chris's
No,
side.
I told him that no, he's actually, we've had a discussion, and if he does an EP that follows
gonna do a
this
Space Bear.
record, it's going to be Space Bear.
The Space Bear EP.
Space
Yeah.
Bear is pretty iconic. I
Yeah.
mean,
It is.
why else would we be talking about it right now?
Well, I
That's
ended
pretty.
I ended up naming the record Cocaine, Cabaret, and a Rose Tattoo because there's a song called Lipstick Letter. And the song inside of it references cocaine and Cabernet, and then her kisses is a pointed kiss like a rose tattoo. And we were just sitting there on the phone. I was like, I don't know about Space Bear. I was in a sober mind at that point, and I was like, I don't know about Space Bear.
Dumb.
I was like,
Right.
nothing of this album depicts Space Bear, you know? I was like,
Still ear catching is
and
all
so he
hell.
was like, he just randomly, we were reading the lyrics of the song Lipstick Letter, and we formed it in one word, put those lyrics in one word, and I was like, for some reason that stuck in my brain. I was like, that's fucking it, man. That's the one, and it'll reference another song later, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, Chris fucking hates it.
Yeah, no. So
wants
he
Space Bear.
actually spent 3 months telling me that he didn't like "and" titles. Like, so
No, I hated them.
He didn't want to do like Smokey and the Back Roads, or whatever the fuck it was.
Right.
He just didn't want an "and" title. Motherfucker ends on an "and" title. I'm like, you're such a bitch for that, bro. I had so many good ones, and like, there's no fucking way.
There's 2 words before the
I'll
end,
ever-
so it worked.
Yeah. Oh, well, if I'd have known that.
Fucking Space Bear.
Space Bear.
So speaking of epic things, can we talk about how you became a staple on the French line dancing scene?
On the what now?
Isn't the French line dancing scene?
Oh shit.
Yeah, he said something about this earlier, and I haven't heard anything about this, so I'm really curious.
This is-
This is so
this is
fucking
funny.
real. I was so
This
happy
is a
to
real
tell on
story.
him for this one.
Okay, so
Welcome to the Tall Tales part of this.
Apparently, we did some digging.
so one night I was this is years ago. This is I don't know.
3 years ago,
3-4
according to
years
YouTube.
ago, something like about 3-4 years ago. This is about a year or two after "Take My Ring" it came out. So I wrote "Take My Ring" in 2018, released in 2019, and after it reached the Texas charts in the top 40 area or whatever, it went over, and I forget his name. Shout out to him; he's a really cool guy. He's in Poland, and he runs one of the internet Texas stations in Poland. I think it's Ralph or something like that. Shout out to him. I don't remember his name.
Koropsky, it's
Something like that.
Yeah, no, I know who you're
a
talking
really
about.
dope
Yeah,
guy.
I'm friends with him on Facebook.
And he started playing it big in Poland. And I don't know how, but there was a lady in France. And I know this because one day, I was just sitting there late at night. I was like, fucking, I'm going to Google my own song. Who Googles their own song, by the way? But I fucking did.
Y'all think I'm conceited?
I did. I was like, I just want to see. It's been a while. And I Googled it. And sure shit, a YouTube video pops the fuck up. And there's a fucking line dance with my song. And I thought I was just playing in the background. No, they're line dancing to the song. I thought, oh, it's just a one-off person. Then there was some videos of people in bars doing it, and then it was in a competition. I said, fuck, take my ring. Got a whole ass fucking line dance in France.
That's awesome, though.
It's the weirdest story, man.
That's nuts.
That is awesome. So while we're on the Tall Tales portion of this, your music comes across like you're a pretty straight-laced guy, but apparently you got a history as a bit of an outlaw. What have you learned about speeding in Kerrville?
We did some digging.
Yeah. So we're leaving the bar one night in Kerrville. First of all,
Was it after? I don't remember.
I'm
Was
laughing so hard right now.
Dude, okay, so we went and did that songwriting contest, and then, did we go to the bar and then leave?
We left.
Okay, so we were leaving
We
that-
were
okay.
plastered, and we left the bar. Listen, first of all, Kerrville got some speeding traps, and we were going in downtown, and there's a lot of fucking deer in Kerrville, Texas. They run around downtown like fucking cats. Like, so we had a deer counter all day. We were counting deer, and out of nowhere, Chris goes. And this is really Chris's fault.
No,
And Chris goes,
it's just fucking.
look over
nuts.
there, and he says it, and I did, and the speed changed from fucking like 45 to 30.
It was 40 to 35.
What, no, are you
No,
sure?
Yeah, it was 40 to.
Well, either way, I did it. I didn't notice it, and the cop did a straight U-turn, and he went right behind me. But it actually worked out really good. It was a cool story.
We were going 37.
It wasn't that much or anything, but he pulled me over, and I was like, "Fuck, we're almost 6 hours from home," and I'm like, "Fuck." So we pull over, and it was like this random parking lot. He knocks on the window. And I'm happy because, mind you, we just took some chocolate bars and we've been drinking. So I'm just like,
And I had a whole bottle of Wild Turkey 101 at my feet.
yeah, no, straight up. I was like, fucking hide that shit. So he comes up and he knocks on the window and he's like, hey, do you know what pulls you over? I was like, not really, no. I really don't. And he was like, you were speeding. You were going 37 and 35. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, we were counting deer on this motherfucker.
Every single local that we met while we were down there, the only thing they had to say about the entire fucking hill country is do not speed through Kerrville.
I did.
Do not speed through Kerrville.
Broke the
And we
rules.
heard it so many times. And like, but you know, speeding feels like a fucking relative term. Like, I mean, what is speeding exactly? Well, in Kerrville, it means exceeding what the fuck that sign says. Because if you're over that, you're not right.
Well, what's funny about that, so anytime you speed down there, Chris will go, he'll tell you this. Chris, after that moment, Chris is if we do anything that's like a civil infraction, we're going to prison. It was like, he's like,
it doesn't matter what it is.
He's like, oh shit.
I accidentally dropped a straw wrapper
He's
when
like
I
going
had
to
my
prison.
door open. I had my door open and the wind caught it, and I just dropped it, and it flew out of the truck, and it was blowing like 700 miles an hour down the road. I was like, fuck, I'm going to prison. Like,
So was,
2 strikes, you're out, buddy.
Exactly.
was that local PD? Or
yeah,
was that-
yeah.
Yeah.
that was
What,
local
what's
guy.
cool about that guy though? So this is how it ended up. So he knocks and he leaves it. Well, this is what I'll tell you the funniest part of the story in a second that cracks me up every time. But he comes back over and he's like,
That's the part.
you know, and I told him, I was like, he's like, where y'all down here for? I was like, man, because my license at the time had a different address. I had just moved back from Nashville, and so I had different address. And he's like, well, you know, where you're a long ways from home, you know. I'm like, well, we're 6 hours away home, but we live outside of California. And he's like, oh shit, I know where that is. And you know, we're like in Curve like 6 hours. I'm thinking this local PD dude doesn't know where the fuck we're coming from. He's like, one of my best friends is like an SRO at Forney High School, and like I grew up around there and all this shit. We're like, what the fuck? So he comes back, he's like having a full on conversation. Then he was in the Marines, and Chris's son Hunter's in the Marines. Shout out to the Marines, and they're having a full on conversation. Well, for the past 15 minutes of this whole ordeal, there's a cop who's the other dude's partner on the other side, on the passenger side, on Chris, just shining his light in the window, trying to get Chris's attention, and Chris ain't paying no fucking attention. at all. And I'm not telling him. I'm just laughing. I'm just like, that mother. And he's like knocking on the window. He's like, look, like, open the fucking window.
Look.
And Chris is over here just like, hey.
Look, hey,
Yeah, no, my son's in the Marines too. And he ends up walking away. Never rolled down the window for that motherfucker.
He didn't have to talk to him. He didn't have to talk to him.
I swear to God.
He didn't have to talk to him.
So Dakota, you gonna let him just you gonna let Chris just slide on trying to have a conversation with a
bro,
deer?
I feel like I got us out of a lot of shit, and I still didn't roll down my fucking window.
No, he didn't even know it till we drove away. I was
No,
like,
we-
and I
we
was
were
laughing. I was
driving
like,
off.
you don't even know.
We get back on the road
that
to go to
motherfucker was on the
Whataburger, bro.
passenger
We're-
seat.
There's okay, so people hadn't been in Kerrville. I think there's 3 Whataburgers. Okay, one of them closes at like a decent hour. The other one's open for delinquents, drive through only, and the third one is you can just go in and sit down. Well, the one you can go in and sit down in is the furthest motherfucker from where we started our adventure.
Like 15 minutes.
Which is highly inconvenient because I've been fucking standing up drinking. I would like to sit down and eat. This makes sense to me. So we're going down here, and as soon as we get into Kerrville, I see that cop, and I look over at his speedometer, and I'm like, we're going to jail. Like, it's a fucking 37 and a 35. That was the wildest shit, man.
You're done.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, that was my outlaw moment, Josh.
Rebel.
Fucking rebel.
He pulled you over and he was like, dude, 1 over is one thing, but like 2, I gotta pull you over.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do.
I
Like,
hope
you went 2 over, man. Like, what?
Because you're going to downtown.
First gotta get
Want me to keep my job? Like,
Going to prison.
First gotta get a $14 ticket.
Yeah, no shit.
Kerrville PD, please do not message us about this video. We're talking good about you right now.
shout out
Hey,
Kerrville.
no, listen, I will
PD
say,
especially.
they
love y'all.
handled the situation very well. I know officers have to follow a lot of goofy shit sometimes, but honestly, there's not much else to do than drink in Kerrville, so I'm not surprised they just fucking fuck with people over speed limits.
Drink and count deer.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hey, Dakota, you remember that conversation we had earlier?
Iced him. He iced him.
I've been iced.
You keep doing that, and then it's got to
It's
be
like
me
my wedding
drunk
day.
tonight. Jesus Christ.
Let's see if I can remember that.
He's gonna be white girl wasted in a minute.
Luckily, my grandma only left one Smirnoff in our fridge. Why are you doing that so
Hey
slow?
man, that's like
Hurry up. We got shit to talk about.
there's that's
You didn't even finish
cold.
it. You're on
It's
camera
fucking
and you didn't even finish that.
Tornado.
it's fucking cold. Man, you should have done the fucking Miller Lite fucking swirl.
Tornado.
I've seen that motherfucker over there do it before, and that's
Hell
the
yeah.
wildest shit in the world. But he's a fucking trained professional, so do not
That was
try this
fucking
at home.
cold.
I can finish a bottle of beer in like 2.5 seconds. It's fine.
He looks like a porn star when he's doing it. To tell you the truth.
I like the, I
Are you
like
only
the
saying
noise.
that because people say we look alike? Trying to hype me up so it like hypes you up behind me?
When,
Walmart,
when
Walmart.
people tell me I look familiar, I always ask them if they watch a lot of porn. That's my go-to. So now that we've got your criminal record out of the way, Dakota, I believe Martin has some questions about your
Fuck.
real life.
I mean, yeah. After all that, I don't know. So you're a small business owner, right?
I am, yes.
Okay, tell us a little more about that. Like, what do you do outside of music? What does Dakota do on a regular basis?
Well, I own a real estate company called Cobra Capital, where we invest in real estate and buy, fix, and flip properties and buy and hold and sometimes wholesale some properties out. So I started that shortly after shortly before I got my real estate license. So I'm also an agent. Don't really represent much, but a couple friends here and there that need some good representation since I stay so busy. And then I used to own a automotive lighting company called Paragoptics, and I don't work with them anymore. Sold my stake out to my partner, and I'm no longer involved with that company. But wish them the very best of luck. But so these days it's music and real estate, and I got a small hand in a fence company here and there that I help out and do some stuff. But as a business owner and an entrepreneur, I'm always looking to expand and find my niche out there in the world outside of music, because at the end of the day, music's amazing, but you can only stay so busy, it feels like.
Hell yeah. Well, it's good to have your money in different places, man.
That's
that's
I'm
dope.
all about. Put
That's
your
dope.
money in multiple spots. And
Yeah,
let
that's
it
dope.
feed different ways.
You really just dropped a gem.
Fuck that.
Anybody
Just buy an expensive guitar and send it.
Send it.
That's what I'm fucking doing. That's what
me
I'm
and
doing,
Chris,
bro.
6
That's
shows
my
a
life,
week.
bro.
Me and Chris have very, very different investment strategies. I'll tell you right now.
I like them both.
Yeah.
I like them both.
Well,
honestly.
no, even on an actual level, we still
Yeah, on
do.
an actual level,
On an
we have
actual-
a terrible.
it's-
Wait, I'm over here like I got this. I'm like the Monopoly man. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Chris over here like
He has
I've got this
37
because
pair
I
of
can't
Crocs.
touch it.
Has Crocs sponsored you yet, Chris?
No,
They ought to.
They're
They
really
need to.
they're really on my last damn nerve, honestly. You give it to Post Malone, you give it to Luke Combs, like what the fuck?
You know
bro?
what's funny about Crocs with Chris though, because like all these people that like, obviously that we all know Chris and shit, but like Chris will meet people from my world that like don't know who Chris are, right?
Chris R.
And then they
Now I'm a
learn.
dinosaur. Sounds like a fucking dinosaur. Right? Chris R.
No, okay, so there's people from like my world, or I'll meet even sometimes that don't know who Chris is.
Fucking penguin T-Rex, bro.
So I'll give an example, but this happens quite a bit more often than you think. And so the other day I was out and I was with Steph actually, Chris, and we're walking down this hill and it fucking goes straight, just off road, just straight rock and chip and everything. And she's like, I need to be like Chris and put my Crocs in sport mode. I said, how you gonna reference Chris and Crocs to the same statement? What the fuck now? This happens though more often than you think with more people in my life. that
Oh, dude,
met him 1 or 2 fucking times. I'm like, Crocs needs to sponsor Chris at this point.
They really do. But like honestly, a lot of the reason that I wear Crocs is like you're what 6'7".
Yep,
What size shoe do you wear?
13.
I wear a 14. There's
I know.
something wrong with me. Like, okay, like my hands are huge, my feet are huge, and it's like I'm just like the only thing I can really wear is like a Nike's 14. They fit perfect.
Well, that's Corey.
I do have a lot
What kind of brand
of
of
Nikes
hat
too.
does he wear?
Actually,
don't do that.
Chris is the one over there wearing a mammoth hat. I'm wearing a normal hat right now.
No, hey, it's okay.
Shout out Rugged Wolf Threads, my boy JD.
No, shout out
JD,
Mammoth
man.
Headwear. Shout out to Mammoth Headwear. Like fucking sponsor me, bro. I can actually wear your shit.
Yeah,
Get
if
them
I walked
sponsors,
around-
man.
After all y'all's forehead jokes, if I walked around wearing that hat, like I said earlier, I would never hear the fucking end of it. So
Chris bought that hat for $70.
No, it was
just so he could
70. It was
fucking wear
70. It was like
Hold up.
it was $56.
y'all pause for just a minute. Chris, you like what, 5'10"?
Yeah.
Size 14?
Yeah.
Dude, his hands are like a fucking bear.
My hands are bigger than his hands.
Space Bear.
Space Bear.
Yeah, I am the fucking
OG,
space bear, bro.
OG Space
I
Bear.
am the fucking.
why he was so
psychedelic
adamant on
space
that
That's
name.
my brainchild.
psychedelic space bear, man.
No, for real, his hands. We did it one night. His fucking hands tower my fucking hands. Or it's insanity.
Yeah, I don't.
We
know
won't
what's wrong.
embarrass myself like that on
I
camera,
can palm 2 basketballs at the same time.
It's fucking stupid. It's retarded.
I'm gonna hold my joke back. Just because
Oh, you're so funny.
You like holding 2 balls at the same time?
Yeah, yeah. Only if they say Corey O'Grady's forehead on them.
Yeah, you better hit me up when this
Y'all,
shit's done
y'all
rolling.
make sure to add at Corey O'Grady's forehead on Twitter.
Hold on. Speaking of sponsors,
Thanks
shout
to
out
Jared
Michelada
Renteria.
Mix. Michelada Mix right there.
There you go.
Lubbock, Texas. Appreciate you for this lid. Had to do that. My
Back to
boys.
what Chris said, there is a Twitter page about my fucking forehead.
That's
Is it
right.
really?
Don't follow it.
No, follow. I'll send
I'm
you.
gonna
A
follow
link.
that
Well, I needed a reason to get back on Twitter, man. I never started in the first place.
What's that Twitter?
At Corey O'Grady's forehead.
Well,
Shit fire, dude.
It's
Actually,
literally
let's
fucking
go.
at Corey O'Grady's forehead.
fun fact, Gracie York tried to jump in on the joke one day, and Jared
Yeah,
made
so-
it Corey and Gracie's forehead.
Yeah.
Shout out Gracie York.
Shout out Gracie York, man.
We love you, but
actual
yeah, you are a
tag.
part of that damn page.
Who started the
She's
page?
cool, man.
Jer.
Okay.
Have you met Jerry yet?
I don't think I have.
He's wild as all
That's the
shit.
homie, man. That's the homie.
Fucking Jer. That's all I'm gonna
Well,
say.
thank
That's my
you for
boy.
doing that, Jer.
All right. We're going to wrap this up. We done run out of questions. We done talked some shit. Talked about your new music. Cocaine, Cabernet, and a Rose Tattoo, September 1st. Probably going to be a party planned if we keep talking about it.
Well, I'm down with it. I'm so down with it.
Bet.
So
All right,
down.
y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to True Tall Tales and Whiskey. Y'all have a good night.